All right, good morning, everybody. Thank you for joining me for the San Francisco Hardship Emergency Loan Program in the time of COVID-19. I'd like to especially thank Coyote Fisher of Valley Chiropractic for sharing this program information with me and some great links related to resources for small businesses at this time. Well, we're all subject to COVID-19 and the shelter in place. So the goal of this program is to review the San Francisco Hardship Emergency Loan Program and help you get the information out to people who could use it. So just as a disclaimer, this presentation is just informational. It is not intended as legal or tax or financial advice. It's not intended to create a legal relationship between you and me. If you need legal or tax or financial or other business advice, I encourage you to go seek out an expert or your customary advisor. Of course, you can always reach out to me if you need to talk to someone and you don't know where to start. The information in this presentation may not be up to date because these programs are changing rapidly, both at the state, federal, and county, city level. So at all three of those levels. This information also has third-party links that may or may not be useful. I'm not warranting them. I'm just providing them as a convenience, and I don't accept any liability arising from them. And this information may have errors, or because the information may change, it may not be up to date. So I encourage you to look further into the information yourself. So with that being said, I'm James O'Neill of the law offices of James O'Neill. I'm a trust and estate attorney. I do estate planning and estate administration in San Rafael, Berkeley, and San Francisco. So the objectives of this program are to explain and provide an overview of the San Francisco Hardship Emergency Loan Program, to talk about the eligibility requirements for the loan, to talk about the terms of the loan, and to provide a brief walkthrough of the inquiry form. So what is this program? The San Francisco Loan Initiative was designed with the goal of rapidly deploying loans up to $50,000 to businesses located in San Francisco, small businesses specifically, with a 0% interest rate. The program started on April 2nd, is funded with about $10 million. And if you do the math there, that tells you if they maxed out the loans at $50,000 a business, only about 200 businesses would be able to qualify. My guess is they're not going to do $50,000 loans for many people. They're going to look at really what your economic harm was and provide some sort of gap filling resource so they can disperse it broadly as opposed to narrowly. So what that means is time's of the essence to get your application in. So what are the eligibility requirements? Well, you have to be a business located in the city of San Francisco. You have to be for-profit and in good standing. Your revenues need to be under $2.5 million. You need to have a valid San Francisco business license, not have any city or county tax liens or judgments levied against you, have a business bank account. Presumably that's where they will deposit that money to and will be proof of the business. Demonstrate at least a 25% drop in revenues since the beginning of the year. And if you're a business that is location dependent, like a coffee shop or a dentist office, you need to have 3 years remaining on your lease. So what are the terms of the loan? Well, you can get up to $50,000 at 0% interest for possibly up to 6 years with no fees and no collateral. That is amazing, right? If we could all get those loans on a daily basis, how much of a difference would that make? If you're currently covering your mortgage or your insurance or your utilities with a credit card, you might be paying anywhere from 10 to 30% interest on that. And that adds up very quickly when you don't have resources coming in. So any business that qualifies should apply for this, because I guarantee you any other resource is at least costing you inflation, 3% per year, and possibly more. So if you can, apply for it. There are no fees, there are no collateral. So those are good terms for you. What can it be used for? Well, it's intended to keep your business running. So rent, utilities, payroll, supplies, equipment, inventory, the basics of running a business. So where are some important links for this program? The top link you see there is actually the link for the inquiry form to get the loan started. So I encourage you to click on that and get going. Then these other two links will keep you up to date with the changing state of government, whether it's city, state, or federal programs designed to help business owners. And as we saw with San Francisco, they had a $10,000 grant program that closed on March 29th. It was very much like the EIDL program, $10,000 grant program. And I wish I'd known about the San Francisco program. Clearly, they got overwhelmed by responses, and they got a 2 or 3 week processing window that they're dealing with those, but they were quickly swamped. And I think the information didn't get out as well as it should have, because I know I would have liked to have told my clients about it. So I encourage you to periodically check those links once a week to see what new programs are coming out. I know from the federal government, we can probably expect some other program to come along, especially if shelter in place is extended. But there are other resources out there, like Covered California Reopening and unemployment resources that include independent contractors and the self-employed, people who aren't subject to a payroll. So it's worth digging into these resources to see what you can do to protect yourself, what you can do to protect your clients. So I'm just going to jump out of this form, this program real quick if I can for a second, and go through the form here. What you'll see is this is the inquiry form. I apologize if it's a little faint for you. It's a little faint for me. You have to go through here. Are you a business and open? Yeah, I'm a law firm. I'm running, so I can say yes. Do I serve the public? Yes, I serve. I'm consumer facing. I'm not selling to some other business. So I think they're really gearing this towards the coffee shop, the restaurant, the hair salon, the dentist office that's really adversely impacted. I'll fill in my name, my first and last name, my email, my phone number, my company name, and my address, confirming that I am in San Francisco. Describe a little bit about my business and enter the loan amount. I encourage you to go ahead and put in $50,000. They can always give you less, but if you put in too little, they're not going to give you more. And then what you intend to use the loan for. And who did you hear it from? Well, I'm an attorney, so if you heard it from me first, go ahead and put that in there. Check the box and submit it. Then you'll get a confirmation about that your inquiry has been received, and they will follow up with you afterwards if they're interested in moving forward with the loan. So action items: if you need the loan, go ahead and apply for it. Next, help educate your clients and partners and friends and family who need this information. The goal here is to try to help the people who help us from suffering. We don't want them to go into foreclosure. We don't want their businesses to fail. We don't want them to be evicted. We don't want them, just overwhelmed and devastated by this process, right? And this is a tough time where we all need to pull together and help each other out. And then forward this information to whomever you think would benefit from it. And with that, I thank you for listening to this. And of course, you can always reach out if there are questions I can help you with. Thank you.